July 17, 2016, Hong Kong. At midnight, an 18-year-old knocks on the South Korean consulate. One door opens, he survives. One stays closed, he dies. A day ago, he collected another silver medal for North Korea, celebrated as a math prodigy. Now, he's a fugitive, not from prison, but from recruitment. North Korea wanted him for their elite hackers unit, stealing billions, breaching banks, building missiles. He whispers, "I want to defect." They pull him inside, but he's still on Chinese soil, where defectors are sent back. How did a teen 1988. North of Pyongyang, a boy named Ri Jong-yeol is born under the gaze of Kim Jong-il's portrait. By 7, while classmates struggle with basic arithmetic, he has finished the entire elementary math curriculum. Teachers watch in awe as he calculates like a machine. In North Korea, talent isn't nurtured, it's weaponized. Rai earns a place at Pyongyang's elite school for gifted youth, a school in name only, a pipeline for the state's most valuable assets. Every friendship recorded, every thought scrutinized, every success a ticket to service. By 15, Ri dominates local competitions. By 16, he joins the national team for the International Mathematical Olympiad. 4 years abroad, Thailand, South Africa, Colombia, Hong Kong, 4 silver medals. The world sees a math prodigy. North Korea sees a quiet weapon. Exposure brings danger. After returning from Thailand in 2015, Ri notices questions being asked about him. Friends, teachers, relatives interviewed. The message is clear. He has been selected. Not for university, not for public service. The regime wants him in a classified unit. His talent redirected into cyber warfare or nuclear calculations. There is no refusal. Once chosen, a life of freedom ends. A life of service begins. Forever monitored, forever isolated. For a boy who has glimpsed freedom, this future feels like a tomb. Abroad, he has seen students laughing without permission, exploring uncensored cities, forming friendships across borders. Each return to Pyongyang is a descent into control. By 17, Ri makes a calculation more dangerous than any Olympiad problem. He will run. Escape means crossing borders laced with shoot-to-kill orders, mines, and a surveillance state that watches every citizen. The 2016 IMO in Hong Kong is his final variable, cosmopolitan, foreign, home to a South Korean consulate, his last chance. Before leaving, he confesses to his father, a math teacher who taught him to love numbers. Fear and pride mix in his father's eyes. He presses $200 into Ri's palm, risking everything. One flight, one chance, one plan against an entire regime. Can an 18-year-old genius outsmart North Korea, or will a single misstep end it all? July 2016, Hong Kong University of Science and Technology. Teams of teenage geniuses from around the world huddle over proofs, pens flying across paper. Ri Jong-yeol sits among them, outwardly absorbed in equations, inwardly calculating an escape where one misstep could mean death. North Korea's delegation operates like a lockdown unit. Passports seized, no phones, constant surveillance. Handlers follow every step, enforcing curfews and orchestrated routines. Ri smiles, plays the obedient student, and watches for cracks. The Olympiad is strict, but not a prison. Professors and volunteers move freely, no armed guards, no handcuffs, only routine and intimidation. Hong Kong sprawls beyond the campus grid, full of streets and islands where a boy can vanish. He maps his route in his mind, slip from the dorm, reach the international airport, find a South Korean contact. No devices, no internet, only observation, timing, and instinct. July 16th, he earns his 4th consecutive silver medal. Cameras flash. Team North Korea poses, gleaming in propaganda. Ri's grin hides a countdown. The closing banquet begins. Handlers relax, believing their star student will board tomorrow's flight. They've miscalculated. 2 a.m. silence. Ri slides from his bunk, shoes tied, bag packed with $200 hidden in his sock, medals, and proof of identity stashed inside. Heart hammering, he navigates empty corridors. A dozing guard at the lobby, dim exit signs, humid air outside, freedom so close it feels unreal. He flags a taxi. "Airport, please," he says, voice shaking. As the campus disappears behind him, terror and exhilaration collide. He is alone in Hong Kong. No passport, no handlers, no return. The sun will rise in 2 hours. Discovery is inevitable. His only advantage is secrecy. Every headlight in the rear view is a question. For the first time, he is unchained and utterly alone. What awaits at the airport? Salvation or a trap? 4 a.m. Hong Kong International Airport. Fluorescent lights cut through the pre-dawn haze. Ri Jong-yeol steps out of the taxi, swallowed by travelers, announcements, and screens flashing cities around the world. Here, he is just a thin teenager with a backpack. No one knows he's a fugitive. Paralysis is a luxury he cannot afford. His mission, reach a South Korean. He spots the Korean air counter and approaches, heart hammering. The supervisor looks up, puzzled by a lone kid at dawn. Ri whispers in Korean, "I need to go to South Korea. Can you help me?" He shakes his head. head. "I'm from North Korea." Her eyes widen. Within minutes, a manager is called. He explains everything: math competitions, midnight escape, the fear trailing him. The manager's jaw drops. Calls go straight to the South Korean consulate. Diplomats awake to a shocking report. A North Korean teen claims defection. Verification confirms it. A defection on Chinese soil could spark an international incident. They instruct him to reach the consulate alone. No escort, no vehicles, no trace of intervention. A scribbled address in hand, Ri hops into another taxi, weaving through Hong Kong streets. Every rear-view glance sharpens his pulse. North Korean handlers are aware Chinese authorities could intervene. If either finds him first, it's over. The regime's reach is long, ruthless, and lethal. Sunrise. The taxi stops at a glass tower, Far East Finance Center. He checks the directory. 5th floor, South Korean Consulate General. Elevators close, stomach knots, and he steps onto the 5th floor. Frosted glass, brass plaque. 2 security guards. Visiting hours haven't started. "I'm a North Korean student. I need asylum," he blurts. 1 second of hesitation, then a guard motions him inside. Metal detector cleared. Secure waiting area reached. South Korean diplomats appear astonished. "I defected. I can't go back," he whispers, voice breaking. Water offered. Reality sinking in. He is physically protected by diplomatic law. For the first time, Ri breathes freely. Relief is fleeting. He is still in Hong Kong on Chinese soil. North Korea will pressure Beijing for his return. One threshold crossed, but a geopolitical standoff has begun. He is safe for now, but the next hours will define if he can survive trapped between 3 nations, alone, with the world watching. Within hours of Ri Jong-yeol's arrival at the South Korean consulate, word spreads to Hong Kong and Beijing. A North Korean teen has requested asylum on Chinese soil, a diplomatic powder keg. Plainclothes officers position themselves at every entrance of the Far East Finance Center. They can't storm the consulate, but they ensure no unauthorized movement. Inside, South Korean diplomats tighten security. Bags are checked, IDs scrutinized, every visitor vetted. The building becomes a lockdown. Ri is the reason. His room is small, Spartan, windowless, a prison disguised as safety. On paper, he's free. In practice, he's trapped. Step outside and he risks capture or deportation. Days bleed into weeks as back-channel negotiations unfold. China faces a dilemma. Returning a high-profile defector would embarrass Beijing. Letting him reach Seoul risks angering Pyongyang. Ri has no say. Routine becomes his lifeline. Meals arrive. Video games and a treadmill occupy his hours. Each step a reminder of the city just beyond his reach. Thoughts of his family haunt him. North Korea punishes relatives of defectors, guilt by association. He distracts himself with Korean language lessons, jogging, and the sparse company of consulate staff. Outside, North Korea seethes. Beijing is pressured. South Korea works quietly to extract him. Hong Kong media whisper rumors. The standoff is tense but muted. Each morning, Ri wakes not knowing if today is the day he'll be forced back or finally allowed forward. After roughly 70 days, the breakthrough comes. China quietly gives the green light. South Korea issues him a passport under a pseudonym. Hong Kong grants a temporary visa. His golden ticket is ready. A plane ticket to Seoul, a new name, Lee Jung-ho. His first identity independent of Pyongyang's control. Tears fill his eyes. State property is now a citizen of a free country. But the final hurdle remains, reaching the airport and boarding safely. Every step still carries risk. Freedom has a cost, and Ri knows the world is watching. Every second could be the difference between a new life and a nightmare. The plane awaits. His new life begins the moment the wheels lift off. Just after dusk, Ri Jong-yeol leaves for the airport in an unmarked consular car. South Korean officials flank him, their presence a shield. Outside, Hong Kong twinkles like any normal night. But for Ri, it marks the first night free from Pyongyang's shadow. At the airport, Chinese officers follow at a discreet distance. A surreal reversal. The same place where he begged for help months ago now ensures his safe passage. At immigration, his new passport is scrutinized, and for a heartbeat, he fears discovery. Then, the stamp comes. He is Mr. Lee, an ordinary South Korean traveler. Relief hits like a wave. The flight to Seoul lasts 3 hours. Only when the plane lifts off does he release the breath he has held for 70 days. Touching South Korean soil, reality strikes. Ri Jong-yeol is gone. In his place, Lee Jung-ho begins. Officials guide him through arrivals quietly, shielding him from cameras. Culture shock is immediate. He walks freely, watches TV, surfs the web, learns slang and social norms, and navigates spaces his old life never allowed. He enrolls in in an intensive program for defectors, then gains entry to Seoul National University to study mathematics. Freedom fuels his talent, but comes with cost. He cannot contact his family. Any connection risks them. Hope replaces certainty. His defection humiliated Pyongyang. North Korea suspended its Olympiad program for years, tightening control to prevent another escape. Meanwhile, Ri thrives. Access to uncensored knowledge is intoxicating. He searches the internet for truths about his homeland, discovering a world that was once forbidden. Freedom has a price: separation, uncertainty, and perpetual vigilance for those left behind. Yet, each step across campus, each cup of coffee, each conversation with friends affirms the life he risked everything to claim. And as he looks back on the path that brought him here, one question lingers: how many other brilliant minds remain trapped, calculating their own desperate equations for freedom?